Hey guys, so just wanted to do a story time for you guys today since I haven't posted anything in a little bit. Um, right now I'm really hoping you can't hear my extremely annoying neighbor um, constantly working on his car and my extreme disaster look of a mess. Actually, I could probably put my hair down. It was looking nice earlier. No, it does not. So, okay. But anyways, so I decided to tell you a story that crossed my mind the other day that I thought I would post. And it's that there used to be a pedophile living in my house. Thankfully, not while I lived here. But yeah, just shout out to this whole new setup I got going here right now. I got a new phone. I got the iPhone X, and it is got so much better quality than my laptop computer does. So it's just figuring out how I'm gonna get it onto my computer to edit it, because I really need to learn to start editing, or if I'm just gonna download this straight to YouTube. But yeah, it's got really a lot better quality, and y'all can see all my flaws and the wear of my makeup throughout the day. But yeah, I got a couple things lined up that I'm going to be posting that y'all are going to see here soon. So look forward to that. But yeah, so there used to be a pedophile that lived in my house. Little backstory. I bought my house in 2015. I bought it off a realtor who bought the house foreclosed from a bank and flipped it and resold it for a profit. So, and from what I heard from the neighbors, the past owner lost the house to the bank because he couldn't pay the bills and things like that. They didn't tell me anything about when he moved out, but I know that the realtor I bought it off of had bought the house in the end of 2014 from the bank, and then I bought the house at the end of 2015. So I've owned this house for about 3 years now. And so I was living here for about at least a couple months, because I moved in November, and so we were living here for a couple months. And this one morning, there was a knock at the door at 8 o'clock in the morning, like right before I was gonna get up for work. I was like, what in the heck is this? Like, who knocks on my door at 8 o'clock in the morning? And we had put our name on the mailbox. Like, our last name was on the mailbox. And because I had to put a new mailbox out there. Somebody took the old one, which I think is actually illegal. But we had, we put a new one out there with our name on it. So about 8 o'clock in the morning, which I hadn't slept all night. I'd been up all night, and I'd just fallen asleep. And I was like, oh, I'll get maybe another hour. Like, I think I got half an hour to an hour sleep at that time. I'd been up all night. And somebody knocking on my door at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Who is knocking on my door at 8 o'clock in the morning? So I went and opened the door. Because at first I didn't know I thought maybe I hallucinated it. And my front door has a big window on it. It's a kind of like a stained glass window, so you can't actually see in the house. But I kind of peeked around the hallway and saw there literally was somebody standing at my door. Couldn't see who it was. So I opened the door, and it was a county sheriff. Great. It's like, what could possibly a sheriff be doing at my house? I've never been in trouble with the law in my life. And he started asking me for somebody, and I was like, they don't live here. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I've never heard that name in my life, and my name's on the mailbox. Like, I was like, no, nobody by that name lives here. Like, I don't even remember the name. And, so he's like, well, who else lives here with you? And time was my ex. And I was like, my ex lives here. And they're like, well, what's his name? And I gave him his name. And he's like, are you sure this person? I was like, no, that nobody else lives here but us. And he's like, well, when did you move here? And I said, I moved here in November. And I said, and I bought the house off a realtor who bought this house foreclosed. And he was like, oh, okay, well, here. And hands me this stack of paperwork. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And he says, you can throw it away for all I care. And I said, this person doesn't live here. Why are you giving me this paperwork? And he's like, I legally have to leave it at the address that's being served. But the person's not here for you to serve them. And I was like, what? And he's like, oh, well, it's just like a fender bender report or something like that. And I was like, what? And I was like, he's like, it's no big deal. He's like, you can just throw them away. Okay. So I took the papers, and the first thing I did was I just tossed them on my counter because I was like, I was going to throw them away. And so I was already up, so I got ready for work, and I got to flipping through these papers. And apparently what it was this person they were looking for apparently still had his address as my address on his driver's license, and he wrecked his car into somebody else's, and their insurance was suing him for the damage. So because his driver's license stated he lived here, his serving paper came here. So I was like, what? I'm like, this is so stupid. And I was going to throw him in the trash. And actually I did. I threw him in the trash. But he had like kind of a common name, so I was able to remember it. And I went to work and I was telling my coworkers about it. And there's actually like a state or government site that you can go look up public records for like public court records. And so I was getting nosy. Or like somebody was asking me about it. And they're like, well, what was the details on it? And I couldn't remember. So I went on that site and I looked it up. And I found that case, that paperwork that I had been served that morning. And I was reading them all about it and stuff. And I was telling him what it said. And so then I got to look and I was scrolling through this guy's name. And of course, this is a statewide site. And so I had to make sure that I looked at it by county, or it would, be multiple people in the state. So I go through and I'm looking, and then I see like the foreclosure on the house from this guy that owned my house. He foreclosed on this house in 2012. He has not lived here since then. Like, I guess the bank had it for like 2 years, I guess. I don't know. But it said he foreclosed on this house in 2012. So he literally had not lived here in 2 years. And I'm sorry, I'm distracted by my neighbor right now. His stupid car. But yeah, I was just like, seriously? And then as I'm flipping through back, he had as misconduct with a minor. And I was like, no, I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. And I remember when I moved into this house, I had looked up to see if there were any, like on the sex offender list of my neighborhood. And there was only one person within the close enough vicinity. And whatever website I had been on, they had marked him as a low risk. I don't remember what it was. If it was something as stupid as he was 18, his girlfriend was 16, or 15, which is below the age of consent, and whatever. or got caught pissing in a playground or something that wasn't like a 40-year-old messing with a 10-year-old kind of obscene thing. So, I had looked by my address. Nothing else had popped up but this one person who was like 5 houses or a block away. And so I went back on the registry, and I typed in this guy's name. Got his mugshot. He had 2 addresses. One of those addresses was my house. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, how does this happen? I was like, I swear I looked this up. And I even went back and re-looked up by my address. And it does not show that there is a pedophile living here. But if you look it up by his name, it will show that he did reside here. But now he no longer lives in this town. He still lives in the county, but he doesn't live in this town. And so my first thought was, why is a county sheriff, who should know where a pedophile lives, not know where to serve papers? I was like, seriously? He is legal. They legally know where he has to live. And it's not in this, and he wasn't a city sheriff. He was a county sheriff. I was like, this is a joke. This is a joke. But it was just like, and I was afraid that, because like I was so afraid because I was like, people are going to look up a registry and they're going to see that my house is on the registry, which it wasn't. It was listed as his previous address, because I guess they leave on there every address you've lived at. Why? I don't know. But yeah. And so I was like going on about it. And some people were like, oh, I think you can contact the registry list and then they'll remove that, or I don't know. But at first it was like, oh my God, that's horrible. And now it's just kind of funny because it's just kind of a funny story. So I just thought I would share it with you all to get something up and going, keep you all updated on stuff. So I've got a couple of things. I have at least 3 other videos I want to do. I've got a couple product reviews I want to do. I did get a new little something in the mail that we're going to try out together. So that's in the works. And another product I wanted to give a review on. I've used it, but I've already used it, but I was going to give my review on it. See what you guys think. See if you guys have good or bad on it. And I've got another story time I might do at some point. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but at some point I will get those up to you. I'm hoping to start posting every week, at least once a week, to keep this channel going. So make sure to like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Leave me some love in the comments. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.